everyone, I'd like to introduce you to a new program we're having here at Positive Action. I'm Norma and I'm the training director. This is Jack and he's one of our puppies. He's 4 months old and someday he's going to go to a veteran much. You're going to notice that I'm using a clicker and I'm also using a body harness with him. I'm not using a collar on his neck yet. One of the reasons that we like a body harness is I want his neck to become or to stay very sensitive. I don't want any accidental pulling or pushing on him. So basically all I'm doing is keeping Jack from leaving me by using a harness. He's learning to stay with me, not because he has to, but because he wants to. Okay. How we work with a clicker is, clicker training is based on positive reinforcement or operant conditioning. It's considered a bridge of behavior. So what I do is I condition him to the sound of the clicker. So I click and I reward. And I do that often enough until he understands that when he hears the click, that whatever behavior he's doing, he's being rewarded for. So you want to think about this as almost like taking a picture. If I were to say, take a picture when Jack sat, it would be there. Okay? So I don't have a delay in my reward between him sitting and then actually receiving the cookie. The clicker is saying yes. With you sitting, you putting your rear end on the ground, that's the exact time that I want to reward you. Same way with lying down. We're going to go Jack to his nose to the ground. So his nose goes straight to the ground, elbows down, I click, then I reward. When you're using a clicker and a treat, it gives you a lot of time. So after he sits, I've got 2 to 3 seconds more in order to deliver that cookie. So I don't have to worry if I'm late with the treat. As long as I click at the time that my pup does something, I'm right on time. So I can also click for very specific behaviors. So when I'm teaching him to stand, I want to make sure that I'm clicking when all 4 feet are on the ground and they're still. So when I get him into a stand, I click when his feet are completely still. I don't have to worry about him moving his feet around and accidentally rewarding him for moving his feet. I want him to click when those feet are completely still. Boy. So that's our puppy push-ups. The first thing that we're going to work on teaching Jack how to do is to pay attention. We use a clicker, which is a secondary reinforcer. Okay? The first part is teaching Jack that when he hears the click, that food's going to follow. So every time he hears a click, he gets a treat. Very, very tiny treat the size of a Cheerio, nothing bigger. Okay? Then we're going to start to teach Jack to follow his name. Jack. And he gets a treat. So as long as he's looking at me and my cookie, he gets rewarded. Jack. Jack. Boy. Jack. We're also going to add the word look. So I'm going to say Jack and the word look. If your puppy doesn't look at you, we're just going to hold it down by his nose, come up right by our face. Jack, look. Boy. And have Jack follow me around a little bit. I don't care if he's jumping up and down. As long as his feet are on the ground when I click, everything's okay. Stop, Jack, stop. Hey, Jack. Jack. I ignore the unwanted behavior as much as I possibly can. So as long as he's not bouncing off of me or touching me for the cookie, it's perfectly fine. Jack, look. So every time he makes eye contact with me when I say look, Jack gets a click and a reward. Then we're going to work on puppy push-ups, where Jack is going to learn how to sit and how to lay down and how to stand. This is a lure reward method of training. So he's just following my fingers, following my hands. Cookie is on the nose, my hands come up, gravity takes hold, and his rear end goes down. That's the sit. We just work on that. Then we're going to work on nose to the ground, which is just taking the cookie and go straight down to the ground. And we're going to click and we're going to reward. I don't care if he stays there. We're just working on a sit and a lie down. So puppy push-ups. And then into a stand. Okay, so every time he gets into the position that I want him in, I'm going to click. Jack become a service dog, and eventually you're going to be able to see him being placed with a person. Hopefully it's going to be a veteran. By joining in on this video, you're helping Jack become a service dog. You're going to watch him go all the way through his training, all the way through being placed with a veteran.